Hi there everybody, welcome to a new astrology teaching video where we're going to look at the energy of the Aquarius new moon. This is exact on February 4th, 2019 at 4:04 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time, so you want to adjust to your location on the planet. And we're going to take a look here at what's going on in this chart. If you've been following my videos or following the new moons for a while, you may have noticed a theme. The theme is that every new moon for a number of months now has occurred at 15 degrees, at the very middle of the astrological sign. It's like it's bringing in this rejuvenation of energy into the middle of this energy here. So we have the new moon at 15 degrees of Aquarius, 45 minutes. This is when the sun and the moon are conjunct. They're in the same spot in the sky. Every new moon is a completion and a beginning. A new moon is when the sky is the darkest. You can't see the moon. And that's because the sun and the moon, the masculine and the feminine, are together in union. It's a union energy where we're meant to be really clear on how we want to use this next cycle to create, to initiate, to manifest. Where is 15 degrees of Aquarius in your natal astrology chart? Which house? Because this is where the new moon energy is initiating something for you, where you're meant to be clear on an intention or that next beginning point that's going to take you to the next place. In Aquarius, we go higher, we go further, we expand beyond what we thought we knew. Aquarius is the energy of community, of groups. It's the energy of going beyond the boundaries, of exploring new ways of conceptualizing and understanding information. Aquarius is associated with astrology, with metaphysics, with sci-fi, with things that seem a little bit weird at first. Aquarius is typically known as the revolutionary energy. It's a rebellious energy where you say, I might be part of the human family, but I'm also my own person. I'm unique within the collective. So this is an energy of really embracing who you are now, how you're different, how you have really expanded into more of who you thought you could be. And this new moon is asking you to really feel strong in the ways that you have moved through life that have perhaps set you apart from others. How you've been, yes, connected and part of the collective, but so much of our journey is unique and it's on our own terms, it's in our own energy. And this is an honoring of how I'm going to call it being different, being your own energy imprint is exactly what's needed. We don't need more cookie cutters. We need people who are here to think outside the box, maybe to destroy the box, to be aware of how, in order for humanity to evolve, we need new territory, new lands. It's Star Trek, right? It's going into these new territories and it's understanding how that's how humanity evolves. So Aquarius is also the evolutionary, where you're going next. And that energy could be really potent for you with this new moon. So this new moon is also conjunct Mercury at 19 degrees of Aquarius. Mercury really comes alive in Aquarius and it has a lot of ideas. The projects, the where he's going, the vision, the people. This is a really social energy. It's connecting with people of like mind, of similar vision. It's connecting with the feeling of others who get it, who understand what you're talking about. So I think about how astrology is our own language, and here I am talking with you about astrology, about this language and putting the pieces together. And that's how we're a community. We're an astrological community because we speak this language, we understand these concepts, and we're each contributing. So I am one of many astrologers who is contributing to this dynamic field, and that's how we're expanding it together. So the Mercury energy here is part of the conversations we have around what we value, what we enjoy, what we find worthy, and how we want to contribute to our own personal growth as well as the growth of the collective. There's a lot of creativity, vitality, and energy with this new moon. It's very mentally stimulated. You could feel like there's so much going on in your head. You could feel it as electrifying. Aquarius is very cosmic. It's cosmic intelligence. It's that blast of inspiration, that sudden understanding, that breakthrough, that you understand something, that you have a new knowingness, and you can't quite explain it. It seems like a bolt of lightning, but it's very fast moving. So this new moon really has a sense of a rocket taking off, like something's meant to go, and you're going to feel it mentally. And you'll start to feel it when Mercury is conjunct the sun a few days before this new moon. So that would be about the beginning of February. There's a growing sense of where you're going, the people, the options, the possibilities, the vision, the sense of forward movement that's forming in your mind. And then this new moon really launches something. It really gets it moving. Something that I noticed right away about this new moon is that it has two ruling planets. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus at 28 degrees of Aries. And there's going to be a conjunction with Mars. It's a growing conjunction here. And that will happen about the middle of February. Growing energy, increasing energy, a sense of something again, like moving, that blast off energy, ignition. It's in a fire sign, right? So one of the rulers of Aquarius is receiving this trigger, lighting the fuse, okay? Mars lights the fuse, and it's growing and growing and growing, and then the conjunction to Uranus will ignite. Again, I'm just seeing this rocket taking off. So this feels like movement that perhaps you thought was stalled out. Mars in Aries has been frustrated because there was these ongoing squares to planets in Capricorn. So Mars is moving away from this square to Pluto, who's now at 21 degrees of Capricorn. And so Mars is feeling the freedom to move forward, and then something really goes bigger with this conjunction to Uranus in Aries. And it can be anger, explosives, violence, but it can also be, I just feel it as something in the root chakra really coming alive. Again, ignition energy here, like that sense of something is really growing in your confidence, in your sense of self, in your sense of independence, in believing in what you can do and in what's possible going forward. So I feel this energy is quite dynamic, and this is a masculine energy too. So this is an ignition of our masculine energies. And I think that this new moon brings something alive within us. Now, the other co-ruler of Aquarius is Saturn. Saturn was the traditional ruler of Aquarius until we could see further in the galaxy beyond Saturn. So Saturn's associated with Aquarius too, and the structures of groups, how we have to put things together to create the whole, how things need a form in order to really work, how we manage chaos, how we manage what we want to do to create a really strong, firm vision. And here we have Saturn at 15 degrees Capricorn, getting ever closer to that January 2020 conjunction with Pluto. but also making a sextile to Neptune at 15 degrees of Pisces. This is where you take the vision and you make it real. You take the dream and you put in the work and the effort. There's a sense here of something bigger forming because of the outer planets in conversation and bringing up something that you're meant to commit to and believe that you're the person to do it. Believe that you're capable of it. Have the confidence to do so. And I'm just feeling drawn to these outer planets right now because they're really talking together and coming alive in a way that signals there's something forming here that you're meant to pay attention to because you've already had the seeds dropped in, like the seeds have been planted in your head, something you maybe been sitting on or contemplating, especially while Mercury was in Capricorn, when you had to think things through and strategize and go slow with the details, specifics, how's this going to come together. There's something, again, that lift-off energy of something connecting in February that you're ready for, okay? The next level. It could be something that even moves ahead quickly. It can be quantum, okay? It can be a quantum push. Because Aquarius is about the future, it could be a message. Mercury's the messenger. A message from your future self about what you are really here to do, what you have the ability to manage and take ownership of in the real world. And then Neptune in Pisces is that spiritual support, almost like giant angel wings or God, spirit, source, the universe, whatever that means for you. Connecting with this Saturn, I just feel it as something really forming and coming together. It does depend on your natal chart, of course, and how these planets and points might be activating your own astrology chart. But I just feel there's something about this new moon that is ready to move, that's ready to break out and break free. Now, we look for themes in astrology charts. We look for the themes that keep showing up, and they give us clear indicators of the energies. So we have these three all in Aquarius here on the same page, right? The way forward, the next vision, the path ahead, where you're going. It's a future-oriented energy, but it's also a sense that the future is now, the future is here. And of course, there are many timelines that are happening right now, and we're in one reality, but there's other realities that are coexisting. This is, quantum physics. This is the sense of everything's an illusion and everything is energy. And so in other realities, the future has already unfolded. The future is already happening. I feel like, again, this is an activation of more of your soul purpose and what truly matters to you in this lifetime, your mission work. This is part of the Saturn in Capricorn, talking to Neptune and Pisces, your mission, your sense of this is why I'm here in this lifetime. This is what I'm committed to creating and to manifesting. All of that is coming through. And then the other thing that's supporting this is Jupiter at 18 degrees of Sagittarius, making an amplifying and expansive sextile to the sun, the moon, and Mercury. And this Jupiter at 18 degrees of Sag is expansive, is believing in yourself, believing in what's possible, really digging in deep to what it means to have trust and faith, and in what you are here to joyfully create. And this is lending its support to the new moon, where it could even be easier when your energy is clear. The Capricorn energy brings clarity and decisions. Are you in alignment with your soul work, your soul mission, and owning your confidence in yourself? Because I feel like that's part of all of these pieces coming together, is really understanding that you have a deep knowingness planted within you that is being activated and it's coming alive. And all planets are direct. All planets are direct. Nobody is retrograde. See that? Everything is systems go. And that's the push. That's again this, you're ready. And don't hold yourself back. As I do these charts, I just tune in intuitively because now I'm being drawn to this Chiron at 29 degrees of Pisces. The critical degree, the completion degree. You're done. You're done with something that began in 2011. Wow, right? Doesn't that feel big? I mean, it feels like a deeper healing cycle is really ending. And so now you have to have the courage to go into this new territory. And this completion energy is supposed to be a point of mastery, okay? But also letting go, the ability to just forgive yourself and just forgive everyone and forgive everyone for everything in all ways. I forgive everyone for everything in all ways. I forgive everyone for everything in all ways, and that will set you free. Because Chiron is going to move into Aries February 19th, which is the Virgo full moon, and the next healing cycle really kicks off with feeling strong in yourself, owning your energy in a whole new way and who you are now. And right now, this new moon is an honoring of who you've been, what you've experienced since 2011, right? 8 years, a healing cycle. Well, actually, that's just the healing in Pisces. It's actually a 49-year healing cycle. Okay, I'm just feeling some big energies that are clearing out in February, friends. And you're really meant to honor this completion and this new start and this vision and this connection to your future self. One more thing I noticed about this chart. Not only are all planets in forward motion, Venus is at 1 degree of Capricorn. So she just moved into Capricorn. Coming up in the next few weeks, she's going to make a conjunction to Saturn and then a conjunction to Pluto. But she is the only planet that's located early on in a sign. Every other planet is at 15 degrees or later. See that? 18 degrees, 15, 21, 15, 19, 15, 29, 23, 28. Venus is the only one at the very beginning of a sign. From 1 degree here till 15 degrees. She's traveling by herself. This doesn't include the moon, because the moon is going to move quickly. The moon changes signs every 2.5 to 3 days. So pretty soon, the moon will move into Pisces and will create a sextile to Venus. But she's the only planet in these early degrees of a sign, so she's on her own. She doesn't have support, but that's also very fitting for Capricorn. You do it on your terms, you take ownership, you don't rely on others. And this is in Venus, the sign of self-worth and self-value and self-respect in Capricorn. So you're getting stronger in your relationship to yourself, your ability to handle things on your own, your relationship to money, your relationship to really believing and trusting in yourself and how you show up in the world. So I thought that was interesting to see that every other planet is at 15 degrees or later. And Venus is going to be traveling by herself, strengthening, doing things her own way. And then she'll make this conjunction to Saturn, which will be a checking in point. A checking in point to how she's managing her life, managing her relationships, managing what has meaning and is important to her. So this new moon is really about moving your life forward. Understanding who you are now, understanding what matters to you now, understanding where you're going, and that there will be people there to connect with. You know, I just got the hit that this is bringing up the eclipses from last year, and you could really feel, okay, that was one version of me, and a new version of me begins now. The next chapter, the next phase, the next direction, the next path. It just has this sense of things are ready to shift and change because of how much you have shifted and changed. So as February gets started, as this new moon comes in, and as your mind gets buzzy here, embrace who you are now. Talk to your future self. Talk to where you're going. Talk to the parts of you that exist in a soul level and in spirit. Forgive everyone for everything and always. And as February progresses, Chiron moves into Aries, February 19th. And then in March, Uranus moves back into Taurus, March 7th. Changing over. So here we are. Here you are in the future as the present, complete with the past. How's that for a sentence? So I hope this has given you some insight into, I just keep getting the image of like this quantum field activated by new energies, and it's like the matrix comes alive. The matrix has been upgraded. There's also a new cosmic consciousness energy coming through, and that's going to help you connect the dots on where you're going. So stay open to what you didn't think was possible. Again, getting back to that energy of breakthroughs, quick moving energy, sudden understandings, a sudden, I didn't realize that was possible, things changing around. It's like there's this new activation within ourselves, at a DNA level from the cosmos, that you're going to be equipped and ready for the next chapter. And it's already underway. You know, your future self is already living out a reality that you're just coming into conscious awareness of right now. That's part of this too. It just feels really good. So I hope this helps you. I hope this gives you some insight into what this new moon holds for us and what the potentials are and how to work with it in a very intentional and conscious way. And I'll be back soon with the next Virgo full moon teaching video, and we'll look at how we are progressing as we move throughout 2019. Thanks for your subscribes, your comments, your likes. I appreciate connecting with you here on Facebook and on Instagram. And below this video, you can check out more of my courses. If you want to keep learning more about astrology with me, I'd love to connect with you. So you'll find that information below this video. Thanks, friends, and I'll see you soon.